or turn on a streaming service. I hate this.
That's a pretty good impression.
Thank you. I've heard it enough to be like, okay.
This is stupid.
All right, you filthy maggots, we're back to Psychonauts. Tin Hut.
I was just like, what is going on?
Well, we're in
And I was like, oh yeah, right.
Oleander's brain, and it's basically like a boot camp.
Yeah.
I'm getting flashbacks from Full Metal Jacket. Up and over! Up and over!
Me and my other manager were talking about having a barista boot camp.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It was funny. We had like a full-on plan and everything. We have like our syrup pumpers that we have to like take apart to wash and then put them back together.
Okay.
And she was like, you know, like in the movies and stuff where they have to like take apart their guns and like put them back together. She was like, we should do that with the pumpers.
Good. Next two privates, quickly.
Death.
You miserable maggot. All right, let's keep going. So we're gonna tightrope all the way up here.
I don't know why the term like calling someone a maggot is offensive.
Because
Maggots are spectacular little creatures. And they're used in like medicine to help clean wounds, like.
I think it's just like insignificant little bug. Like a worm that like feeds off trash.
I mean, that's pretty significant.
Well, good for you for putting a positive spin on like that devastating boot camp. Tell you what, let's time travel back to Vietnam, and when the sergeant is calling you a maggot, you can be I wear it with pride. Drop it, give me 50!
I don't have $50. My paycheck hasn't hit yet.
You think you're funny?
No, see, I can say that
Shave
now,
your head
but I know
like Devin Moore.
I know like the second someone were to like call me a maggot, I'd probably cry.
That sounds about right. Like, it's all about the inflection. Like, if I'm just like, you little maggot, it's just like, aw. You miserable maggot!
I don't know. I feel like if someone yelled at me like that, I would just get mad.
You ain't getting mad at a sergeant. They'll find a way.
There's definitely a reason I'm not in the armed forces.
Oh my god, quit. That launched me far. Alright, let's try it again. But what's nice is, like, even if I fall, that doesn't take a full brain.
Yeah.
It takes just a little bit of health. Onward and upward, soldier! I'm trying.
I'm doing the best I can.
There we go. We got ourselves a purse tag. Now we gotta find that weeping purse. Yeah, that's always nice. A first-person mode so you can readjust the camera. The camera here is similar to...
Don't say Alice, don't say Alice.
No, it's not Alice.
Gex?
I'd say a little better than Gex.
Okay.
Oh, shit. It looked like a platform, but it wasn't. That happens a lot in this game. It's just like, I can stand on this, and he immediately slides off. It's like,
I would never be able to do it because I don't even know, like, when something is highlighted under a spotlight, I'm like, can I touch it? Mm-hmm. Should I touch it? Is it okay to touch? And everyone's like, oh my god, it's literally glowing for you. And I'm like, I don't know if it's a trick, though.
Can I touch it? It's not going to move when I jump in the air, am I? Like in Rayman, to where like they'd move right as you took the jump. They'd be like, whoop!
Son of a bitch.
And you'd be like, I hate this. That is my cue that is just like, all right, game's not fun anymore. Let's either pop in another game or turn on a streaming service. I hate this.
That's a pretty good impression.
Thank you. I've heard it enough to be like, okay.
This is stupid.
But,
I think I say that one more than I hate this. This is stupid.
When you say this is stupid,
it could go either way.
It could go either way. When you're like, I hate this. There's no way to like twist those words. I hate this. Period. It's like, well, yeah. Say no more.
I think I only said I hate this and yeez once.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't even think I was there.
It was like during the box maze.
Oh, that's right. With Donna.
Yeah, and it was just like, I hate this, like, because I just didn't know what to do.
Mm-hmm. I mean, for an 80-hour RPG, the fact that you only said it once says a lot.
Yeah. And it wasn't anything against the game. It's me just not knowing what I need to do.
Because I started using that phrase just in my own way to where I'm just like, I hate this guy. Or, I can't even remember half the stuff I said in The Boy and His Blob. You guys can go watch that playthrough if you hate yourselves. But I mean, so about Psychonauts, what are your thoughts so far? Like, what do you think about the game?
I mean, I like it so far. I think that it's got a lot of charm. It's pretty witty with, like, emotional baggage, and the sets are really cool. The character design is really cool. It's very Tim Burton.
Yeah.
Which I really enjoy. I don't know that I would like to play it.
Because like a lot of items are just sporadically all over the place.
It's very, very heavily platform. In a way, like, where my weaknesses would be in the forefront of, like, can I step on this? Yes or no? Can I walk on this? Yes or no? Like,
if you're not grinding,
yeah, I feel like
vines,
it would take me a really long time to finish this game. Just because of, like, I am not good at jumping. I am not good at depth perception. I'm not good at knowing what I can and cannot touch.
Yeah.
So, and I'm not one that's, like, going to just randomly, like, I'm going to tap this wall just cause, like. So, and I feel like this game is going to have some of that.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Where it's like, there's a little secret and you have to just touch stuff to find it. Like, I'm not going to do that.
I got you.
It just doesn't occur to me to do that. But I do like watching it so far. I think the characters are all really fun. Yeah. They all have really strong personalities.
You know what the camera's like? It's like a Hat in Time.
Okay.
I think that a Hat in Time is a little smoother because, I mean, this was 2004. Hat in Time was 2017.
Yeah.
But the camera is very similar to a Hat in Time. In fact, I got a lot of thoughts of Psychonauts when I played a Hat in Time. I'm like, oh, this reminds me of the Psychonauts.
Yeah,
Whereas
I mean, like,
in your case, it's just like, oh, this reminds me of Hat in Time.
Yeah. Well, like, the design aspects of it, it's really cool. Like, I love the look of it, where it's almost like a cutout book in some instances.
Okay.
So, like, looking at those, like, spinning teeth things, like, it looks like a cutout book.
Okay. Excuse me.
Or, like, a stage prop.
Got the hiccups.
So I think it's really cool.
So you definitely think this is a game that's just like, I'm glad I'll watch because I get to see the full thing.
I'm glad I get to watch it.
Whereas if you play
I don't think I'd want to
do
play
like
it.
a couple hours
Yeah.
and be like, meh.
It's one that I would probably play casually and never finish.
So it would be a Yoshi.
Yeah.
It would be a Yoshi's Woolly World where it's just like, looks nice. I'll never finish it.
Well, I do want to finish Yoshi. It just, there's so much that I'm doing right now that's just not in the forefront.
Oh, I get that. And it's all good. We're here to watch Psychonauts. And watch Psychonauts we shall. Da-da-da! Because I'll say this. It ain't a boy and his blob.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have fun playing the entire time.
Yeah.
Even in the frustrating bits. Okay, this is the end of the level. Hello? Where's the victory theme?
Did you miss something?
I don't think so.
Something's missing.
Nothing back there. I can't go back there. That's a mental cobweb.
Is this going to be a last story situation where you have to wander around until you trigger a cutscene?
No, you just have to investigate this mysterious thing.
Okay. I do think this is the next little painting I want to do, is the one that I have drawn out of the Psychonaut characters.
Oh, yeah.
I was just looking for a way out.
Oh, sorry about that. Didn't think you'd get to the end so fast. Dang, I didn't think you'd get to the end at all. You surprised me out there, kid. Here.
There we go. We got our merit badge.
Ooh.
This is basically what we're collecting throughout the game. And each merit badge gives us a new ability.
Sweet.
So that's the general one. It doesn't give us an ability, it's more like just a review of the basics.
Well, I figured as much since this whole level is pretty much like, how do I do this?
Feel alive. Now, if you'll excuse me, I gotta go back.
It's the
in.
training
I
level.
left some good men back there.
I gotta go back in. I left some good men back there. This is one of those playthroughs that like I held off for a while because I'm just like, I'm not as funny as this game. This game is so funny, and I don't want my attempt of humor to like drown out the game's actual humor. So it's gonna be mostly us reacting to the game.
Yeah.
And
Which
less of
I'm
us
fine
trying
with.
to crack
Yeah.
jokes. Like Origami King, where like I was watching a handful of episodes a couple days ago, and like I still think it's one of our funniest playthroughs.
Is it?
Yeah.
I think what made Origami King pretty funny was like it's genuine since we were playing live for most of it.
Hey, Brainiac.
Yeah.
Settle down.
Why? You worried I'm gonna
Although I
hurt
really
your
liked our
boyfriend?
Partners in Time playthrough, and that was
No.
mostly post.
Because
Yeah.
Sasha Nein is standing right behind you.
Your performance, young cadet, was outstanding. I'd like you to report to my lab for some advanced training.
Ooh, Raz the Spaz is
That
gonna
character
be a
with the
special
glasses reminds me of
Remind me to give him a special
the dad, the
beating
Professor
later,
Dad from
okay?
Invader Zim.
Oh my god, yeah.
These tests are unauthorized.
That's Sasha
so
Nein.
I can't actually ask you to come.
He's a pretty
But
cool
if you
character.
happen to drop in, well, what could I do? Let me just give you this. Remember, your talent will always set you apart, Rasputin. Sometimes isolation is a good thing. It can lead to important
Who's got the
discoveries.
button?
Wait, I don't even know what your lab is. Is this some kind of test?
Sometimes isolation is a good thing. It can lead to important discoveries.
And now I'm hearing things. Great.
They're just so expressive.
Yeah. All right.
See, that is how I feel 9 times out of 10 playing a game where it's like, meet me at my lab. And I'm like, well, where the fuck is it?
Yeah.
Where am I supposed to find it? Is this a test?
Explore. The whole world is your oyster.
I'm gonna close my eyes, right?
See, I feel
And
like
then I'm
you
gonna start
like
to count
having
to
a few
100,
barriers in your
okay?
game,
And
just to
then
be
you
like,
guys
okay,
hide.
don't go that way.
Everybody
Cool,
got it?
cross that off the list, keep
Yeah.
going.
Not
Whereas a
hiding,
lot of
got
gamers
this.
don't
We
like
all
those
got it.
shackles.
Where
Whereas
I'm
for
like,
me, it depends on the game.
I need a
I
direction.
go hide in that bush.
Like,
Great.
I very much need.
Like, if you're like, meet Siri in the woods, and I'm playing The Witcher, and like, I can go fucking anywhere, and I'm just
Yeah.
like, which
Hold on.
woods?
This reminds
Yeah,
Like,
me
I
of
like-
clearly have the
story.
desire to find
It's about
Siri.
how
I would
I don't
need-
care about Mr.
Hello?
Popper's penguins or whatever.
Yeah.
Man,
I would
you
definitely
guys
need some
good.
direction. And Yeez does that. Like, you can go anywhere, but if there's a specific task at hand that you're doing, it'll turn you around.
Yeah.
It'll say like, oh, there's no need to go to the hall today.
Well, it
like,
also blocks off a lot of the island until like you properly
yeah, you have to
explore it.
discover.
Like, it's not like, oh wow, I see that in the distance, I can go there.
Yeah.
Eventually you can go there, but like there's some games where it's just like, no, you can go there. I'm just like, all right, cool, I
Yeah.
guess.
Whereas, like, well, I think it's because I have such a short attention span, and like that if it's like find Siri in the woods, and I'm like,
what's over here?
rooting around, I'm like, ooh, what's that? Ooh, what's this? Ooh, what's over here? What's that? What can I do this? And then I'm like, what was I supposed to do?
But like that's not
So-
necessarily a bad thing. That's the appeal to those games. Is like something's always getting your attention. That it's the journey. It's not the destination.
Yeah.
So like the destination is find Siri in the woods.
But my issue
But
with
if you're
that
just like,
is,
ooh, what's going on here?
for an area that would take you like 20 minutes to explore, it takes me 6 hours to explore.
Okay.
Because I will get lost. I don't remember how to get back. I don't know where I'm at. So I like roam around in circles. And then it just takes forever to finish the game.
I got you.
Because like I can't figure it out.
Okay.
Underground, but they learn how to
That's why I was so mad when you went through like the coral reefs. And you were like, yeah, it took me like 20 minutes. And I'm like, I've been playing for 4 hours.
Let me have one of yours.
Well, like you kept going in circles. And
Because
it
I didn't
doesn't
know
help
where
that
I
monsters
was.
just respawn.
Yeah.
That's the harsh thing about monsters that constantly respawn is you can't use them as a, okay, didn't go this place yet.
Yeah.
Because video games where monsters don't respawn, it's just like, well, if everything's dead here,
Yeah,
where I'm
you know
supposed
you've
to
been
go.
there.
Exactly. Where I'm supposed to go is where monsters haven't died yet.
Right.
So, like, I use that in certain adventure games and RPGs, especially in, like, labyrinth-like areas, to be like, was I here before? Yes, there's the bloodstain from the last monster I killed. I think there's a Castlevania game that does that, where they leave the bloodstains and they stay. So it's just like, okay, cool, this is where I was. Ah, that one's alive, I'm gonna go kill it.
Right.
Basically, like, mark my path with bloodstains. Instead of, like, little breadcrumbs.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the scavenger hunt. You can do this anytime during the game, but each time you find 8 items, you get promoted 4 ranks. And another 8, another 4 ranks. So that's a total of 16 items that you have to search for, and they're all over the campgrounds.
So where do I...
And nope,
where'd
he's
he
not going
go?
to tell you where they are. That's all about discovering for yourself. But yeah, this campground is like a pretty big hub world.
lurking in woods?
Nope.
There's a lot of different segments to it.
Giant, hairless bear.
And a lot of goodies you can find. You can find arrowheads, you can find Psycores, Psycore cards,
Yeah.
Always eager to
the
listen.
scavenger hunt
This one,
items.
hide and run.
I'll let you know.
So like the difference between a hub world and like the levels is like the hub world kind of just connects all the levels that you're going to.
Yeah.
And they're kind of like the origin of the open world. So an open world doesn't really have levels. It all connects to itself. It's all self-connecting.
Okay.
Whereas a hub world connects to the levels that you go to where like in what's a good example? Let's say Gex. The hub world was
The
like
TV.
the central area, and the levels was going into the television.
Right.
Whereas in open world, there wouldn't be that going into. You just wander the open world, and you are in the next area. That's what makes it more seamless.
Hey, it's the kid.
So, and then there's also the in-betweens, like Ys, that has like a hub that you go to where you can talk to everyone and recharge and save your game and find everything.
Or even
Yep.
a double Psychonaut.
And then you wander from like one area of the island to the next.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
This is funny.
so
Those two are so nice. But watch what they're doing.
They're making bombs.
They're doing something because there's poison. There's like that skull and crossbones on the bottle.
That's funny.
So it's just like, what the heck are those two up to?
I feel like this one is up to something. She's gonna go and mess some stuff up tonight because she is being so lovey and so cute and so cuddly.
Yeah, good for you. Keep a pocket full of these for a quick boost of mental
That or she knows
health.
both of us won't be home
What
tomorrow.
you doing there?
Aw.
We're making friendship bracelets. You know, for our
So what's
friends.
interesting about this game is like you can just talk to characters and they'll go on for
Do you know
minutes.
what
Like they
Sasha Nein's
really
lab is?
got their money's worth for the
It's
voice
printed
actors
on
in
your
this game.
lap. Duh.
Oh, I knew that. I was just curious if you knew where Sasha Nein's lab was. Because I do.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
She's not impressed. Now in here is our shop.
Okay.
This is where we can buy some items.
I do enjoy the loading screen birds.
You like them? Tra la 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 tweet Twitter tweet twit Twitter tweet twit Twitter tweet tra la 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 la. Okay, so this is the cabin lounge.
Hey, why are you stopping?
Oh, I thought you stopped.
No.
Ah, here's our shop.
Let's go.
Oh, what's up here? Ah, of course. TV lounge. I like it.
I like the chairs on the wall.
All right, this is our shop.
Excuse me.
I told you them burgers ain't ready.
But no, you didn't.
The coals ain't hot. They're not gonna be done for a while. And maybe a week.
Maybe a week.
A week?
They're back ordered.
But I'm
the
hungry
only one back
now.
here. These things take time.
I don't even want a hamburger.
It's like when you're like, what do you want to eat? Well, I'd like to have, that would take about an hour. What takes quicker? What do you want to eat? What takes quicker?
My last cobweb duster.
I'm hungry now. So these are the items we can get. The cobweb duster, we gotta be ranked 20 or higher and have 800 arrowheads to get it. That's how we get rid of the cobwebs in the levels.
Okay.
That's a Psi Energy Colorizer. It changes the color of your Psi Energy. Just cause. It's an aesthetic thing.
Okay.
This is the Mental Magnet. When you have this equipped, all the items like nearby
Will come to
will
you.
come to you. Yep. That's a Psi Core. You need those with Psi cards to increase your rank. Over there was an arrowhead searcher. You could buy that to like grab
Like a
more
metal
arrowheads.
detector,
Yeah,
yeah.
metal detector. And these are dream fluffs. They heal you. Okay, right now I only have 15 arrowheads, so I really can't buy anything. But in between all the levels, we can come back here and rank right up. Okay, so I can buy a Psi Core. But that's it. That's all I can buy. One Psi Core.
That's all I need is this paddle ball. And this phone. That's it. That's all I need. And this chair.
All right, so these are all the things that I can collect.
Have you ever seen the movie The Jerk?
A long time ago. Steve Martin, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
That's from the movie The Jerk. When he gets really rich and then he like has a mental breakdown and he's just like, I'm leaving and all I need is these glasses. And then as he's walking, he's like, and this pen and this chair and this paddle ball, and he's just like grabbing things and he's like, that's all I need.
All I need is this Psi Core and these cards and some dream fluffs. I'm confiscating this. This too. I say that a lot. You've got pot, don't you? I'm confiscating this. Approaches the Cheetos. This too.
What's that from?
10 Things I Hate About You.
Okay.
They're in detention and the
Yeah.
teacher's just like, your eyes are real bloodshot. You're all sweaty and nervous. You've got pot, don't you? And he brings it out and he grabs it and he goes, I'm confiscating this. And he turns around and this other person has Cheetos and he grabs them and goes, this too.
Oh, Lord.
God, I'm not a big fan of rom-coms, but that is the exception.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of rom-coms either.
Hey,
I think they're
new
cheesy.
kid, ain't you?
Oh, hey there,
Well,
partner.
I'm doing some advanced training right now, as a matter of
What you
fact.
doing out in
So
this
I don't
neck of the
think
woods?
New kid is really a name that you want to get too used to saying.
Hold on there. You're not doing Sasha Nein's advanced training
His
that
head
he
looks
does
like
in
a
his
bush.
secret underground lab, are
That's
you?
his fro, yo.
Hidden deep within the iron walls of the GTC,
It's a bush fro.
where no one can hear you screaming.
Why?
It's the hip style
Yes,
of Whispering
I know.
Rock.
Sakes
And say, like, if you
alive.
crouch down, it would be
Well,
camouflage.
nice knowing you.
There's a lake monster about. He just crouches. No, that.
Not anymore.
Speaking of which. No.
Is that you? Looking at me?
Maybe you should try getting over yourself? There were a lot of other people on that stage besides you.
No, just now. In the woods.
I would like to know why she has no nose.
It must have been something else. You don't smell like pond salt.
Voldemort syndrome.
Nice. You should write greeting
She's like,
cards.
well, when I was a
It was some
baby,
sort of
I was dropped face
shadowy
first onto the
being
floor. And then I became a psychonaut.
I know of only one creature who fits that description. It likes to hide in dark places, silently watching unsuspecting children from a distance.
Really? Who?
You, tree sitter!
You kind of walked right into that one. Oh, Raz, you and your girl troubles. Well, what do you think of the character of Raz so far?
like him.
Alrighty, cool, nice. So far we're 3 parts in. We have yet to have a character that makes you go boo.
Yeah, I don't really dislike anybody yet.
Nice. I don't think you will, to be honest. Like, it's a very... Like, if you're a fan of shows like Invader Zim or like Tim Burton-esque aesthetics and stuff like that, it's weird, it's quirky, but there's a wholesomeness to it.
I loved Invader Zim whenever I was younger and it came out. Trying to rewatch it, I was just like, I have a headache.
Yeah, there is a lot of screaming.
I'm hiding.
I'm not gonna lie about that. Dogen's hiding. All right, Dogen. You just stay out of trouble now. Me, I'm attracted to all these shiny things.
Ooh. Shiny sparkles, shiny sparkles.
Shiny, shiny. There's another one. Ah, it's a bear! Ah!
Shiny cards, shiny cards.
It's a bear!
Is it chasing you?
I don't have to outrun the bear. I just have to outrun you.
We got a couple of big promotions.
No, it looked like it had its own psychic powers because I saw like this levitating hand from like above it. Maybe we'll find out later. I don't want to risk it. I don't think I can take on a bear.
Risk it for the biscuit.
Maybe later on when I gain some ranks and learn new abilities. We'll be back with the bear.
Found you.
Who are
That
you?
looks like fun. It's work. I'm testing a low orbit space plane design.
Some kid in a helmet.
Looks like a fish in a helmet. His face looks kind of like a little goldfish.
It wouldn't surprise me.
All right, well, we're going to continue this in the next episode.
All right, toodles.